Most people think silver moves because of news. A rate decision, a headline, a crisis. If that were true, silver would be easy to trade. But silver doesn't trade headlines, it trades pressure. Headlines arrive after positioning is already in place. By the time a story becomes obvious enough to dominate the news cycle, the market has usually already reacted, or prepared to do the opposite. That's why silver so often ignores good news and falls on stories that were supposed to be bullish. This is where many investors get misled. They assume news creates price movement. In reality, news mostly justifies movement that structure and positioning already made possible. Silver operates inside a much larger system: paper positioning, liquidity cycles, margin requirements, forced selling elsewhere in the market. Those forces don't show up neatly in headlines, but they shape price behavior long before the explanation arrives. This is why silver can rise on bad news and fall on good news without anything breaking. The market isn't responding to the story, it's responding to pressure. Headlines are narrative. Pressure is mechanical. Narrative explains moves after they happen. Pressure determines whether a move can happen at all. Silver listens to the second one. This disconnect creates confusion. Investors read bullish articles, see supportive fundamentals, and expect immediate confirmation. When price doesn't respond, they assume something must be wrong, either with the thesis or with the market itself. But often, nothing is wrong. The structure just isn't ready. Silver tends to move when positioning is light, liquidity is thin, and expectations are low, not when headlines are loud and conviction is high. This is why chasing silver through news almost always leads to frustration. By the time a story feels compelling, the trade is usually crowded, and crowded trades rarely resolve cleanly. If you look back at major silver moves, you'll notice something consistent. The real repricing rarely begins with a dramatic headline. It begins quietly, when attention is elsewhere and pressure has been cleared. Only later does the story catch up. Understanding this changes how you consume information. You stop reacting to every article. You stop expecting price to obey narratives. And you stop mistaking silence for weakness. Instead of asking what the news says about silver, you ask a better question. What does positioning allow silver to do right now? That question is far more powerful than any headline you'll read. This is the lens I use when I look at silver. Not stories, not opinions, not noise, but structure, liquidity, and pressure. If this way of framing the market helps you stay grounded, especially when headlines are loud and price feels wrong, you'll probably want to be here going forward. Because this is how I interpret silver month by month as the story unfolds.